Okay, so it is Monday and it's October 10th. It's currently 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been a really nice day today, and I've just been like cozying up in my little sweatshirt, my Taylor sweatshirt. So yeah, that's basically all I've been doing today, besides like editing a video, uploading a video, all that kind of stuff. I cleaned up my room just a little bit because it was looking gnarly. But yeah, I figured I would update you all with what I'm currently reading and what I'm doing and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did do an interview for Marshall's last week on Thursday, and that went really well. It was actually kind of more of a group interview, and I think I did really well. I really liked the manager. I had a good time, and she said that she would let us know on Monday, or at least by Monday. And it is currently Monday. It is, like I said, 4 in the afternoon, and I have not heard anything back yet. So I don't know if I'm going to hear something back or if that's just not happening, which is fine, but it is super discouraging because I've been looking for a job for a long time, and I really thought like, okay, I think I have this one, but maybe I don't. Who knows? But tomorrow I am going to a Dodger game, and it's the Dodgers versus the Padres in the playoffs, so it'll be a lot of fun regardless. My hair is looking a little red today. It's looking kind of cute. Look at that. I did dye my hair, but now I'm kind of wondering if I should try to like dye it again. I just don't know if that's gonna do anything, you know, but it looks really good, especially my bangs. My bangs look really red. The rest of my hair a little bit, but it's kind of cute. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about the books that I'm currently reading. One of them I started last night, and that is, or yesterday in the morning actually, and that is Sisters by Daisy Johnson. And it's actually really cool because I didn't realize that it is narrated by Daisy Edgar Jones, who is from the Normal People adaptation. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say Normal People, but I'm currently 36% of the way through. I have about 3 hours left, a little bit less than 3 hours, which means I should be able to get it done in like an hour and a half. So maybe I will start reading that right now just to kind of get it out of the way. I thought that I had read 3 books this month, but I was counting Baby Teeth, which I ended up reading on the last day of September. So technically I've only read 2 books this month, and it's already the 10th. So I'm a little nervous. But I did just get in one of the books that I had on hold from Libby, and that is The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. So hopefully when I'm done with Sisters, I will be able to read The Year of the Witching. I'm so excited. And basically, okay, I guess I didn't even like talk about what Sisters is about. Basically, I think it might be sort of like a modern gothic horror book, and it's about these 2 sisters, and they were born basically within a year of each other, and they're super close, and that's about all I know so far. I'm not even halfway through yet, but we're basically just setting up like how close they are as sisters, like what happened at their old school and why they ended up moving with their mom, who's like a single mother. I'm excited to see where it goes and what happens, because I was looking for some more like gothic horror books. I'm actually really on the lookout for some like diverse gothic horror, because those are super hard to find, and I'm just like not getting any sort of luck when it comes to finding diverse gothic books, even if it's not horror. Thankfully we're going to be reading The Year of the Witching, which is, I'm pretty sure, gothic. I'm not quite certain, but I know it's horror, so we should have a good time reading that one. Okay, so I just wanted to preface this by saying that I have both of my windows open because it is very stuffy in my room. We're gonna have to leave my windows open for now. Yeah, because it's so stuffy in here. It's so warm. And then also don't mind the mess on my bed. It's literally just my tote bag and my sweatshirt. It's fine. My bed is not made, sorry. But I did want to update you all on what I have been reading, because I'm pretty sure last time I updated you all, it was before the Dodger game. So last night I went to the Dodger game. It was so much fun. One of the first games of the playoffs, and they are playing against the Padres. My dad's a Padres fan, my brother is a Dodgers fan, I am neither, and the Dodgers ended up winning, so that was exciting. I did dress up in some Dodger gear from my brother because I felt kind of awkward going there and like not wearing anything, which was actually a really good idea because basically everybody was wearing something from either team. So it would have looked a little weird, but I did finish Sisters by Daisy Johnson yesterday before the game, and I ended up giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. I did really enjoy it. I just felt like it didn't go far enough. Like, I wanted it to be a bit more creepy, a bit more weird, and I think, you know, especially after having read Baby Teeth, like that's kind of more what I was expecting. And there were some moments in the book where it tried to do what Baby Teeth did, but it just didn't meet the expectation. It didn't go far enough, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, it was a pretty middling book. I felt really meh about it. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good. I think, you know, the narration from Daisy Edgar Jones really saved this book, and I probably would have given it a 2-star if it had been narrated by literally anybody else. She really brought the story to life, so kudos to her. But yeah, it was just kind of like boring. It was super short, which I liked, but it just felt like we didn't really get deep enough. It felt very surface level between like these two sisters who, you know, from the synopsis it feels like they're going to have this really toxic sort of codependent relationship, and they do to a certain extent, but it's not like, I wouldn't classify this even as like modern gothic horror. Like, it just felt very much like literary fiction. Like I feel like Sally Rooney could have written this book and it would have been exactly the same. So yeah, I wouldn't really call it gothic or horror. It just didn't feel necessarily like spooky or scary or creepy or unsettling. It was just kind of like, okay, these two sisters are really close and they'll do anything for each other. Got it. And one of the sisters is a little mean. Maybe it's just because like I've heard worse things between sisters in real life, that this fictionalized version of it feels really tame. Like she could have gone so far with it. It could have really gone far. And I think there were moments within the book that tried to go far, but it just didn't work out for me. Okay, oh, I do need to return this. Return early. Okay. So, like I said, I did get my hold in for The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. So we're definitely going to read that. I haven't started it yet. I wanted to make sure I updated before I started. So we're going to start The Year of the Witching because obviously I have a time limit on that one, so I kind of want to get into that one right now. So we'll definitely do that. My battery light is flashing, so I gotta go. Alright, so it is currently Saturday and I'm feeling pretty good today, honestly. I took a shower. If you couldn't tell, I actually have my curly hair today. Look at the curls, look at that. That's pretty amazing. I'm a little shocked that it looks this good today because last time I washed my hair and like left it curly, which was like literally a couple days ago, it didn't look very good. It didn't look like how I feel like it should be looking, but today it air dried perfectly. I don't know what I did, but I have to like try to recreate it, I guess, because it looks so good, except for my bangs. My bangs are just like damaged beyond repair, but the rest of my hair bounces back pretty fast. Like as you guys know, I keep my hair straight most of the time, so it's actually kind of shocking that it's this curly and that it looks this good. Like, look at that right there. Like, what the heck? How are these curls so curly and so gorgeous? I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I feel like I haven't updated in a while, so I should probably do that. I am currently 33%, right? 33%? Yeah, of the way through The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, listening to it on Libby, and I'm loving it. It's iconic, it's so good. and I'm actually a little surprised by this book because it reads more like a YA. Like the characters are much more YA aged, like they're in their teens, I think like 17, 18-ish, and it definitely even like reads like a YA. But I've only seen this book in adult sections. I've only seen it recommended as an adult book, and the price point is also adult prices. Like it's $28 for like a hardcover. So I'm a little surprised. Like I went into this thinking that the characters were going to be a bit older, but I mean, this is fine. It's not taking away from the enjoyment of the book, because genuinely I'm loving it. It's so good. It was so well written. The characters are so interesting. Everything that's going on is so interesting. But yeah, it was just it's aged a little bit younger than I expected it to be, so that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But I did get 2 other loans in from Libby. So I got The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, and I got that in with my Kindle. And it's funny because I actually did get it through Audible, but then today I got my loan in and I was like, okay, maybe we should just like return the audiobook and get something different. So I did end up returning it, and I'm going to read it as an ebook through Libby. And then I also got my loan in for The Push by Ashley Audrain, or Audrain. I'm not really sure how to pronounce her last name, but I've heard really good things about this book. So many people have compared it to Baby Teeth by Zoya Stage, which I absolutely loved. So, and I've actually heard that it's better than Baby Teeth. So fingers crossed that it's better, because I would love that. And then the book I ended up getting, because I returned The Hacienda, I ended up deciding on House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. So I'm really excited about that book. It's just came out, it's brand new, and because I'm loving The Year of the Witching so much, I figured it's, you know, highly likely that I will enjoy this book as well. So yeah, I really need to go eat some lunch. I am so hungry, and I just like kind of have been ignoring it because I'm too lazy to get up. That is my problem. I will ignore my hunger until I'm like absolutely starving, because I just don't want to get up. I'm just like too lazy to get up, which is like whatever. But look at, I'm wearing my sweater, and I'm also wearing my new jeans that I got from Ross that I actually sewed to make like the flare leg into a more straight leg, and they look so good and they're so comfy. I love them. I just wish that they were a size smaller because they're a little bit big, but beggars cannot be choosers, so we're just gonna have to deal with them being a little bit big. Just a cozy day, drinking my iced coffee, and gonna go make some lunch. Okay, so I just finished The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. Finished the audiobook just now, and I was like trying to gather my thoughts about this book because I don't know how I feel. I really enjoyed this book. However, there's just like something holding me back from giving it 5 stars, and I'm not really sure what it is. I think part of it is the fact that I kind of wish that this book had been focused more on like an older character. Maybe not like much older, but like in her 20s instead of a character who is like 17. I kind of understand why the author went with a teenaged character. Despite it being like an adult novel, it is pretty, I don't know what you would say, like gory, explicit. I get it. It's obviously exploring pretty adult themes despite the character being like 17, which is fine. I don't have like a problem with that or anything. Maybe it's because I was kind of expecting for it to be an older protagonist, like a protagonist who's in their 20s. Maybe that's why it's still throwing me off. But I did really enjoy this book, and I did think that a lot of the elements really worked. My head is just such a jumble of like, I liked this book, I really enjoyed the characters. I think that there might be a potential for romance possibly. I'm not really sure how it's gonna go, but it just didn't like fully do it for me towards the end. I think, you know, the beginning and the middle sections I really loved and I was like fully on board, but then the last like 2 or 3 chapters I just felt my interest and my like enjoyment of the book waning a little bit. So I think that's kind of why I feel a bit lukewarm on the ending. And yeah, I think it's just gonna get a 4 stars for me. I might change the rating. I really don't know how I feel about it, and that makes me feel weird. So yeah, I am going to move on from The Year of the Witching. I do highly recommend it. I think it's a great witchy sort of book. It's perfect for this time of year, so highly recommend. Yeah, I'm glad I finished this book, and I'm excited to move on to whatever I get to next. I have to admit that I don't even remember the last time that I updated. I know it's been a while, but I believe that the last time I updated, I was talking about reading The Push by Audrain, and I have finished that book since then, quite a while ago. It's actually the last book that I read. I have been in like a slight slump. It's not like a huge slump or anything, but I have just struggled to finish anything at the moment. Let me see when I finished this. It was October 20th, and it is currently okay, it wasn't that long ago. It was only 5 days ago. But I did finish The Push 5 days ago, so it's been a while. And I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely very similar to Baby Teeth. So I read that book in September and I really loved it. And then I heard about the book The Push and heard that it was like very similar, so I decided to read it and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Really, the similarity is just like in the basic premise of the novels. It's basically about a mother and her daughter whom she does not get along with and whom she has a very tumultuous and at times violent and scary relationship with. And they do 2 very different things though, because with Baby Teeth you hear the perspective of both the mom and the daughter, and then with The Push you only hear the mom's perspective, and there's also a younger brother involved in The Push, which now that I'm thinking about it, I understand the title The Push now. I got it. That took me a while. I don't know why I was like confused about what that meant. I was wondering if it meant something like about like pushing a baby out, which now that I say that sounds so ridiculous, but it actually has something to do with the plot of the story. But it's kind of like, I feel like it would be a spoiler if I talked about it, so I'm not going to talk about it, but it makes sense now. I did give it 4 out of 5 stars. I really don't know what's keeping me from giving it 5. Like, because the more that I think about it, the more that I sit with it, I'm like, maybe it deserved 5 stars. I'm not really sure. But I feel like maybe my hesitation to give it 5 stars is a reason to not give it 5 stars. I don't know. But yeah, I finished that book and I really enjoyed it. And I feel like I'm a little burnt out on like horror, thriller, mystery kind of novels, so I might take a break from those for a little bit. But I am currently reading Anne of Green Gables. I've been like debating whether I want to vlog it separately, reading those books, because I do want to read the series. I know it's a series, and I'm reading those books because I just finished rewatching Anne with an E, so I've been in kind of like a hangover from rewatching that. And I did watch the movies from PBS that came out just a couple years ago, and those were okay. They're not my faves, but they're okay. They're not bad. I really want to watch the ones from the 80s, but they are expensive to watch online, so I have to go to the library to get them. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know when I'm gonna get to the library, but hopefully soon. I do want to read the books first though, I think. So we're gonna be doing that. And yeah, I will try to update you all tomorrow just to kind of wrap up the video, because I don't think that I'm going to read another horror book anytime soon. So We'll see how it is tomorrow and how I feel, and I will wrap it up then. Okay, so it is currently 2:30-ish on Wednesday. I did want to finish up this vlog though. I think I updated a little bit last night talking about The Push, which I read like 6 days ago at this point. I really liked that book. It was so good. It's another one of those kind of like thriller, horror-ish novels that really goes in depth into the tumultuous relationship that mothers and daughters have, but it kind of amplifies it in order to be like spooky, and I love it. Like, I could eat up 20 of these novels in a row and I would love every single one of them. I just think it's such an interesting topic to explore, especially when it comes to like thriller or horror, and I really want more books similar to The Push and also Baby Teeth. So if you have any recommendations, let me know, because I will definitely read them. This one hit in such a different way than Baby Teeth did, like similar but different. It hit really hard. I definitely did. There were points in the book where I did like get emotional about the book, and I think that, you know, at the end of the day, it was just really, it really just did its job in talking about mothers and daughters. It was really good. And I think that it also kind of hit really hard in a different way compared to Baby Teeth, because in The Push you also have a younger brother, and the mom really connects well with the younger brother, and like everything is great, everything is fantastic, but when it comes to her daughter, it's just not going well. And so I felt like that was really, it really resonated with me, and I think it can resonate with a lot of people, especially a lot of elder daughters. Overall, I really did enjoy it. I felt like the whole book worked pretty well. I'm still debating on whether I want to give it 4 out of 5 stars or 5 out of 5 stars. I'm not really sure, but I did really enjoy it. Also, I went looking for my copy of Anne of Green Gables, which I found, thankfully. I also found my copy of A Room with a View by E.M. Forster, which I do want to read. I've seen the movie, love the movie, it's so good. But yeah, I definitely want to read this book at some point, maybe sometime next year. I don't know. It's really short, so like I think I could probably get into it, and it looks like I already have started it. I started it probably a little while ago because I did dog ear it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I do remember reading this a little bit. I think it was like almost 10 years ago at this point though. So yeah, we'll definitely have to read this at some point, but I am still in the middle of Anne of Green Gables. So we'll talk about that in a different vlog, maybe, possibly, I'm not sure. But I also wanted to talk about, I just got Graceling in the mail from Penguin Random House, I believe, right? Is this the Penguin Random House thing? But yeah, I have a copy of Graceling. I'm going to get a copy of the entire series. Graceling just came first, which is great. I'm so excited. I've read a little bit of this book before and I really enjoyed it, but I really need to read the entire series and like finish this book and everything. And I love this cover, and I really love what they did with like the cover redesign for the entire series. I think it looks so good. Like, I'm looking at the covers on the back and they're gorgeous. I'm so excited. I do have a copy of Winterkeep, I believe, but maybe I will sell that one once I get my other copy of it, because I'm hoping that they're all going to be in paperback. I'm not sure. So I would like to have the entire series in like one format, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, super excited to read Graceling. It's such like an iconic classic YA fantasy, and I feel like it's one of those books that's kind of up my alley. And I know that like the entire series follows different characters within like that universe, so that's super exciting. I like those kind of series. It kind of like keeps it fresh. So I feel like that is gonna be the end of my vlog. I hope you all enjoyed it, and you know, I wanted to read a lot more like horror, thriller, spooky kind of books, especially for this season. It is currently the 26th, which means that we only have like a week, no, less than a week, 5 more days of October and 5 more days until Halloween. So that's gonna be really exciting. I don't know if I'll be reading any more spooky books this month, but I mean, once we get to like November and December, I might read some more horror or whatever. I really want to like make this genre a part of like my normal reading habits, because I've really found an appreciation for horror and a little bit of thriller. I'm still trying to find my footing in thriller, but I think when it comes to horror, I kind of know what I like at this point. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this vlog, and if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Also go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, Storygraph, TikTok. All the links are going to be down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!
Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you.